Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The King of Lightning here today, bringing you guys another One Piece discussion video. Now, the topic for this video I think is very prevalent because I see Wano Country as the arc that's going to segue us into like the final sections of the One Piece story. Because not only do we have this arc pretty much being like the power-up arc for a lot of the major Straw Hats, a potential Yonko downfall in terms of Kaido, hopefully not Big Mom, but maybe Big Mom. You have the events of the world that are going on outside of the Wano Island, where you have the Reverie, where you have the Shichibukai system being abolished, and it's going crazy. It's going pretty intense right now in the world of One Piece. And then, if you think about it from outside of the main canon story, you look at the movie Stampede and how we have the actual name reveal of the final island. It's not Raftel, it's Laugh-Tale. And then you look at Ichiro Oda's pacing in Wano Country, and the pacing, even though there's a lot to cover, the pacing is still extraordinarily quick, I would say. Given the amount of characters and the scale of Wano, the arc should be probably the longest arc in One Piece, and I'd argue by a substantial margin. However, Oda is covering ground very quickly in Wano, extremely quickly. And on top of that, he's also had these comments where he stated that he wants to end the story in about 5 years. Considering all these factors, it is safe to say that we are in like the final stretch, like the beginning of the final stretch of the One Piece story. And of course, a lot of these end-all be-all topics are going to be discussed. And one of them is the death of Shanks. Before I continue on, I encourage you to follow me on both Twitter and on Twitch, mainly on Twitch, because with YouTube's new changes and is your video targeted at children and so on and so forth, and to be fair, it is the FTC. Well, I'm already cussing in video, so I don't see having an issue, but you never know. You never know. So follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch, mainly on Twitch, links in the box below. Now, getting back to the topic at hand. One of the things that I thought was going to happen is the death of a lot of characters in the second part of One Piece. So, around the time skip, I thought that Garp was going to die. I thought that Rayleigh was going to die. I thought that Sengoku was guaranteed going to die. Like guaranteed Sengoku fatality. That was going to go down. And Shanks was going to die as well, okay? I thought that these characters, a lot of them older, of course, like the old man trio, Rayleigh, Garp, Sengoku, they could pass away. And also, number 5 would be Monkey D. Dragon. I thought that Dragon was going to pass away as well. Dragon, still, we got very little on. Alright, fine. So, eventually we'll get there, but I don't think that Dragon is not going to pass away. I don't think so. But as the years go on, I am less likely to believe that they are actually going to die. And Shanks is kind of the same way. Yes, Blackbeard and Shanks do have these ties. And it appears to be, you can say, even fated. Because Shanks is 1 year younger than Blackbeard. Blackbeard is 40 years old. Shanks is 39 years old. And they were both born around the time of the downfall, the defeat of Rox D. Sebek. So Shanks and Blackbeard, you can say, are almost fated in that sense. Like a Vegeta and Goku, I suppose. And then you have the stuff going on with Ace, where Ace was targeting Blackbeard because Blackbeard killed Thatch. Shanks talked to Whitebeard. They talked about Ace, and they talked about Blackbeard. And Shanks tried to sway Whitebeard to tell Ace to back off of Blackbeard. Of course, that didn't happen. And then now, we have the stuff going on with the Holy Land and the Gorosei. Shanks wants to talk about a certain pirate. And I am more likely to believe that the pirate that he wants to talk about is Blackbeard rather than Luffy. And even still, when you look at Im-sama, he had 4 photos to choose from: Vivi, Shirahoshi, Luffy, and the last one, of course, was Blackbeard. And no surprise, Shanks is actually in the Holy Land around the time Im has the photo of Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard and Shanks are tied, they're fated in some way, and it's gonna go down, and eventually Shanks will lose his life to Blackbeard. Though, again, as time goes on, I'm more and more likely to believe that Shanks won't die at all. He won't die at all. But when you look at it from chapter 1 we all know. When Shanks, before he leaves and before he gives him the straw hat, he yells to Shanks, oh yeah, absolutely I will surpass you. One day I have a ship and a crew better than your crew, and we'll have the biggest treasure of all time in the world. I'll be the Pirate King, boom. And then that's when he gives him the straw hat, like, all right, fine, I'll be waiting for you, all that kind of stuff. And we see how Shanks is looking forward tremendously to meeting Luffy. It's gonna be a really dope moment when Shanks and Luffy do meet. It's gonna be feels good at some point, because you know when that feels good moment drops with Shanks and Luffy. Aitake no yume wo kagiyazume Sagashi mono sagashi ni yuku no za. It's gonna be, yeah, Shanks, Luffy, let's do it. And plus, thematically, going to themes here for a second, it also goes in line with Shanks and Roger. Recall the first opening after a time skip, where you have that last section of the opening, where you have a young Goldie Roger becomes Shanks. And then that Shank gives the hat over to Luffy. Thematically speaking, Shanks' crew kind of mimics Goldie Roger's crew. And Luffy's crew mimics both their crews as well. There is no official vice captain though, but at the same time, Usopp is, it's happening. Usopp is going down, without question. Shanks was kind of there to see the end of the journey for Goldie Roger. Because recall episode 0. In episode 0, for the Strong World movie tie-in, both the chapter and also in the episode itself, Shanks is there. Shanks and Buggy are there witnessing the death of Goldie Roger. They're crying their balls out like, oh goddamn, our captain just died. He got executed. But he went like a champ, but Shanks and Buggy were there. So something similar may happen here, where in this case, it's not execution for all these people. The same way Shanks and Buggy were there to witness the death of Goldie Roger, Luffy could be there to witness the death of Shanks. So Luffy and Shanks, they do meet. Whatever happens, happens. Whether it's a scuffle to test, because again, he said that his crew, Luffy's crew, they're gonna be better than the red-haired pirates. Which means that Luffy should be Yonko level and his crew should be Yonko commander levels minimum by the time Shanks and Luffy meet. Which I don't think will happen after Wano and probably after Elbaf. That's my guess, but I mean, you have to wait till that rolls. Either way, if Luffy meets Shanks and then Shanks dies immediately after, and Luffy being there to witness it would be a tremendous moment. A tremendous moment. And that could very well happen because, again, Shanks was there to witness the end of Goldie Roger. So, thematically speaking, from the crew's standpoint, from Roger to Shanks, Luffy would follow the same trend. That's what you could argue easily. However, even though, and it's to me I think very clear, that Shanks and Luffy are going to meet before Blackbeard kills Shanks, or it's even possible that Shanks never dies. That's very possible, where Shanks does not pass away in the story. But I want us to consider the possibility of Blackbeard killing Shanks before Luffy meets Shanks. Because this would be tremendous. I'm going to say this, and it may get some folks riled up. Ace and Garp, I think, are the two characters in One Piece that have some of the best character development and character growth. But I don't think that's the case at all if Ace does not die. Meaning that if Ace does not die, then Ace is not as good as a character as he is. And the same thing goes for Garp. So applying that notion here with Luffy, Shanks, and Blackbeard. Yes, Luffy meeting Shanks is going to be an amazing moment. Aitake no yume wo kagiyazume. Oh my god. My heart can't take it anymore. But Imagine the character growth, the potential character growth and development that Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shanks would go through if Blackbeard killed Shanks before Shanks met Luffy. Because it's not just for because Blackbeard's character, I believe, honestly, has the potential to be the best character in all of One Piece. But right now, he's not our main focus. Right now, it's about Kaido. Shanks also has tremendous potential for character. And Luffy, kind of. But after Ace passed away and Luffy never really changed, like, obviously, he did grow physically, combat-wise, because that's what he's good at. I mean, and recall All Along Park. So, on that note, if you look at Shanks and Blackbeard, I think these two characters would blossom if Shanks, mainly Shanks too. Shanks' character is gonna be, I think that Oda would do him justice if he were to never meet Luffy and pass away at the hands of, let's say, his arch nemesis, Blackbeard. That would be phenomenal. Luffy, you would hope, would get some good stuff too, character-wise, and I would say there's a good case for that. So for the sake of not necessarily the feels-good moment, but for the sake of actually building potentially phenomenal characters in characters like Blackbeard and in characters like Shanks, not that they wouldn't necessarily be good characters if they didn't happen that way, but I would argue they'd probably be much better if it did happen that way. That's how I would argue. Because again, Ace, he could have survived. He could have lived on. But Ace is so much better dead. What can I say? Ace is so much better dead. And it's not just for Ace too. Look at Garp. Garp in Marineford War was so good. He was so good to this day. That one arc just elevates Garp's character to a whole new sphere of character development, character growth among the characters in One Piece. Garp is tremendous. But if Ace is alive, I mean, it doesn't work. Or it does, but not as good. So, I would say that yes, Shanks will meet Luffy either before he dies at the hands of Blackbeard or he never dies at all. But I would much rather Blackbeard kill Shanks before he meets Luffy, because I can see the potential growth when it comes from a character standpoint for Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shanks. And I value that a lot more than that feels good moment. I really do. But that's it. That's my stance on this topic at hand. Let me know your stance on the topic at hand, and I'm going to catch you guys and gals later. Be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zmouse. You use Zmouse to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad. Once again, follow me on twitch.tv, where I would say right now it's the place to be, considering all the YouTube kerfuffle. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on DLive, and I'll catch you guys and gals later. You guys be easy, and have a nice goddamn day.